Reacher Season 2 opens with a massive time jump. The second season of Reacher, starring Alan Ritchson, will take place more than 2 years after the events of its debut season. According to TV Line's editor-in-chief Matt Webb-Mitovich, Ritchson's title character reveals in an early scene of Reacher Season 2 that it has been 2 years, 7 months, and 19 days since the explosive climax in Margrave, Georgia, which was depicted in the Season 1 finale. This means that if Season 1 was set the same year it was released, 2022, Season 2 most likely does not take place in 2023, but instead in either 2024 or 2025, going purely off of Reacher's comment. Season 2 is currently set to premiere on Prime Video on December 15, 2023, exactly 1 year, 10 months, and 11 days after all 8 episodes of Season 1 were released on the streamer. Reacher is based on the Jack Reacher book series by Lee Child. The book series was first adapted to film by Paramount Pictures with 2012's Jack Reacher, starring Tom Cruise as the eponymous drifter. Cruise reprised the role in the 2016 sequel, Jack Reacher: Never Go Back. Both films were minor box office successes. Reacher was announced in 2019 by Amazon, with the first season set to adapt the first Jack Reacher novel, Killing Floor. The forthcoming second season will adapt the 11th novel, Bad Luck and Trouble. Reacher Season 2 synopsis. In Season 2, per Prime Video, veteran military police investigator Jack Reacher Ritchson receives a coded message that the members of his former U.S. Army unit, the 110th MP Special Investigations, are being mysteriously and brutally murdered one by one. Pulled from his drifter lifestyle, Reacher reunites with 3 of his former teammates turned chosen family to investigate, including Frances Neagley, Maria Sten, Carla Dixon, Serinda Swan, a forensic accountant for whom Reacher has long had a soft spot, and fast-talking, switchblade-wielding family man David O'Donnell, Sean Sipos. Together, they begin to connect the dots in a mystery where the stakes get higher at every turn, and that brings about questions of who has betrayed them and who will die next. Using his inimitable blend of smarts and size, Reacher will stop at nothing to uncover the truth and protect the members of his unit. If there's one thing Reacher and his team know for certain, it's that you do not mess with the special investigators. This season, get ready for Reacher and the 110th to hit back hard. Other actors set to appear in Season 2 include Ferdinand Kingsley, the Sandman, as a mercenary that Homeland Security refers to as a ghost, named A.M. Robert Patrick, Peacemaker, as the head of security for a private defense contractor with a questionable track record, Shane Langston, and Dominic Lombardozzi, Tulsa King, as the tough NYPD detective, Guy Russo. Reacher Season 1 is currently streaming on Prime Video. The second season premieres on December 15, with the first 3 episodes dropping on that date. The remaining 5 episodes of the season will be released weekly on Fridays until the finale on January 19, 2024. When Reacher premiered on Prime Video in 2022, fans of Lee Child's popular Jack Reacher novels were thrilled to see the character finally portrayed as the hulking, no-nonsense ex-military investigator they had always imagined. The first season, based on Killing Floor, the inaugural novel in the series, was a faithful and intense introduction to Reacher's world of crime, revenge, and methodical justice. Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Reacher was widely praised for capturing both the physicality and the quiet intellect of the character, solidifying the show as a hit. Now with Reacher Season 2, viewers have been taken by surprise with a bold and unexpected narrative choice. The season opens with a massive time jump. Moving forward several years from where we last left Jack Reacher, this narrative leap has created a new dynamic, setting the stage for a different kind of storytelling in the Reacher universe. A radical departure, the decision to incorporate a significant time jump right from the start of Season 2, is a striking departure from the show's original pacing. The first season meticulously followed the events of Killing Floor, maintaining a tight focus on the progression of Reacher's investigation and in a small Georgia town. In contrast, Season 2 opens not in the immediate aftermath of Season 1, but years later, with Reacher's life having evolved in ways both expected and shocking. The time jump introduces a version of Reacher who has clearly grown more world-weary, seasoned by even more intense experiences, and perhaps even more isolated. He is still a drifter, but his motivations and personal philosophy seem slightly altered, informed by unseen trials and tragedies during the intervening years. This shift adds layers of intrigue for the audience, who now wonder what exactly transpired in that missing time and how it has shaped the man we see now. The choice to leap forward not only serves to shake up the formula, but also presents an opportunity for the show to explore different aspects of Reacher's character and world. In the novels, each book often stands alone, with Reacher's life between them left largely unexplored. By embracing a time jump, the show mirrors this episodic nature, while also maintaining a sense of progression and depth to Reacher's personal journey. A new starting point, the first episode of Season 2 plunges the audience into an unfamiliar landscape. Gone is the rural, southern setting of Season 1, replaced by a more urban, cosmopolitan backdrop. Reacher, too, seems more experienced, both in terms of his investigative prowess and his emotional armor. While his physical dominance and tactical thinking remain his key traits, there is a weariness in his demeanor that wasn't present before. The time jump has transformed him from a man dealing with the fallout of his brother's death into someone who has faced even more personal loss, though exactly what that loss is remains shrouded in mystery. The urban setting also brings new types of challenges. In the first season, much of Reacher's investigation was informed by his knowledge of small-town politics and dynamics. Now, in a large, bustling city, the stakes are different. The time jump has placed him in a more complex environment, where his street smarts must now contend with a faster-paced, more impersonal world. This change in setting also allows the show to explore different kinds of antagonists, pitting Reacher against corporate criminals, organized crime, or even government corruption enemies that are far more insidious and difficult to pin down than the brutal thugs and crooked cops of the first season. Unanswered questions, of course. With such a dramatic shift, there are bound to be lingering questions for fans. Chief among them is, what happened during the missing years? The show is careful not to reveal too much too soon, opting instead to drop hints through subtle dialogue and flashbacks, slowly unraveling the events that transpired after the first season. Reacher's scars, both literal and emotional, suggest that he has been through a great deal, but the specifics remain tantalizingly out of reach. This technique of withholding information is likely to be a key narrative device in Season 2. By keeping the audience in the dark about Reacher's past few years, the showrunners are able to maintain suspense and build anticipation for when the full story is eventually revealed. It's a risky move, but one that could pay off by deepening the mystery surrounding Reacher while also adding a sense of vulnerability to his character. For the first time, viewers may see Reacher not as an indomitable force, but as someone who carries the weight of past failures. New allies and enemies. The time jump also introduces a new supporting cast, as Reacher's transient lifestyle means he rarely forms lasting relationships. In Season 2, we meet characters who have known Reacher for years, suggesting that during the time jump, he wasn't always alone. These characters, both friends and foes, provide new perspectives on Reacher. Some challenge him in ways we haven't seen before, perhaps even questioning his methods or moral code. Others might serve as emotional anchors, offering Reacher fleeting connections in an otherwise solitary existence. The fresh cast of characters also raises the stakes. Without the familiar faces of Season 1, such as Roscoe Conklin or Finley, Reacher is once again a stranger in a strange land. The audience, like Reacher, must decide who to trust, and the time jump ensures that no one from his past can easily be relied upon. This unpredictability keeps viewers on edge,